Hi guys, it's Tammy with Pretty Presets, and we have been talking a lot this week about the Bohemian Collection and the preset Dune. And we've had several people with really beautiful edits in the group and explaining how they're editing. And I wanted to show you guys Dune edit with this photo because I have two people here with very different skin tones. The dad has a lot of red in his skin and mom is very fair skinned. And when I first clicked on the preset, I didn't necessarily think that I was going to be able to fix it, but with radial filters is really the only thing that I use, and it turned out to be an edit that I really liked. So I'm going to show you really quick how easy the radial filters are to use and how much they change the photo. I mean, they really are just a tool that I cannot live without and I use so much. So I'm going to do this kind of quickly. I'm going to click here on Dune, and you can see right away she is very pale and she's almost like a little bit greenish, and then he is super red. So I'm going to go right to the radial filter. I'm going to put it on lighten, dodge and lighten, and all that is the exposure turned up 25. And I'm going to start putting them over dad here. And I like to layer them and stack them, and you could just change the exposure and use one if you wanted to, but I like the effect when I do it this way. And I'm just hitting new, and then pulling out another one, new. And I'm not looking to necessarily make him match her in tone right now, but I want him to match in at least brightness. Okay, so he's pretty bright there. I also like to use the brush tool, and it'll stay on dodge lighten until you change it, and come and lighten some of his shirt so that he doesn't disappear into the background. And also like his hand right here on her arm where the sun hits, on her hair where these highlights are, his hand in the background here, her left shoulder, down her arm, just all the little spots that the light is hitting already. And then she is actually really not the tone that I want her to be either, so I'm going to back to the radial filter, and I'm going to pull it over her. And this is where radial filters are really nice too, because you can change the effect even once you put it on, so you can see exactly what it's doing. So I'm adjusting this to be over her. And I am going to warm her up. See how much better she already looks right there? I'm going to warm her up. Then I'm also going to turn up the magenta just a little bit. See how she's already looking much more normal, and he is matching her a lot better. I'm going to hit new again. Over here on him, I'm going to change the temperature, and I'm going to take him down just a little bit. And the great thing is once you put it on here, if you find that it was too far, you just use your sliders over here and adjust it. But I think that was actually enough on him. And then I am going to make the entire picture just a little bit warmer with the temperature slider over here. Not crazy, just a little bit. And then I'm going to take another radial filter and hit him with the lightening one more time, but I don't want him too bright, so I'm going to take it down to just right around 10. I'm going to hit the brush again. It's still on dodge lighten, and I'm going to come and do some of these highlights again. And some of you might have heard the term dodge and burn, and that's really what this is. It's lightening your highlights and darkening your shadows. I don't really need to darken my shadows in this photo, so I'm just lighting, but I use this all the time. And a lot of people talk about it in Photoshop, but you do not need to be in Photoshop to dodge and burn. All you need is that brush tool, and you just layer it on. Even these little parts of her jacket over here, those are all just really small details, but they come out when you hit that lightning. It's good on him. And then I'm also going to quickly clone out this little man over here. There was lots of pictures with him in it, so I don't need this one with him in it. Go over him. And Lightroom's gonna choose a place for me, right up over here. And I'm just gonna move it a little bit to where I want it. And the H on your keyboard is hide, and see it'll hide it, and then it can bring it back. And I use that a lot. When you wanna clone something, but a previous clone mark is in the way, hit that H, and it will move them all so that you can clone over it again if you need to. Okay, and then right on her face with the brush tool, I'm gonna warm her just a little bit. So I'm gonna go to temperature, turn it up a little bit. I still just saw a little of that on her lightest part of her shoulder and face. And a little bit of magenta. And really, I don't wanna say the hardest part because it's not hard, but one of the most important parts about learning to edit is looking at a picture and knowing what is wrong with it. And I don't mean wrong that you shot it wrong. I just mean wrong as in what needs to be adjusted. So I'm not really sure why my before and after is showing it this way, because that really wasn't the before and after. But I'll put a before and after in the comments of the video. Oh, you know what? It's because this was a duplicate. That's probably why. So if I clicked right here onto this one and then click before and after, it's going to show us. There we go. See, so quite a difference. I really like the drama of Dune, but with these two skin tones, it had to have a little bit more, we had to get the matching a little bit better. So I hope that was helpful. Radial filters, brush tool, they're just two tools that you have got to learn how to use. They are so important in Lightroom and make such a huge difference. So thanks guys, see you later.